What's up, guys? I'm Dan, and I'm back with another craft brew review. Yes, I've already done this before because this is indeed, guys, the Double Two-Hearted. We've all heard of this one. It just came out a couple months ago. So on the back, we have this sucker packaged on 8/22/2019. Today is the 23rd of October, so this is 2 months old, almost to the day, guys. I reviewed this already. I really enjoyed it the first time around, but I had had it when it was like 2 days fresh. It was less than 3 days. My point of this review, to re-review, is how did this age over time? What happened to the huge abundance of Centennial hops in this beer, guys? I'm going to explore that today with you guys. I did see a big mixture of reviews on this beer. People loved it. They absolutely hated it. I kind of really enjoyed it the first time because I was kind of just taking what Bell's did with this one and considered what this was meant to be, which was a big beer at 11% ABV, guys. Are they going to put this into mass production for good? Probably not. It's probably just going to be like every once in a while kind of thing. I don't know how many more times they're going to do this. But I think it's fun to re-review this and see how this aged since it is such a big beer at 11%. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. We've already done this once before. Let's see what the differences are on this beer 2 months in, guys. Again, I really enjoyed it the first time, but let's see what we're looking at 2 months in. Again, pours that nice amber, kind of caramely, honey vibe to this, guys. It does have like a little head going on there. Nice creamy layer, a little bit of foaming on the edges. Clinging to the glass, looks kind of thick and syrupy. Yeah, carbonation isn't crazy. I see just bubbles slowly rising to the top. Let's go to an aroma on this. Wow, see, it's been a while. I've done a lot of beers in between, but I do remember this jumping out more at me the first time. I mean, again, this was under 3 days fresh the first day I had it, guys, or the first time I had it. I'm getting a very diluted hop presence. I mean, right off the punch here. I mean, the level of hops in this that it has in it have dropped significantly in 2 months. I mean, I'm not sure that I'd be able to point out that even is Centennial hops. I'm not even really getting the presence in there. I mean, a kiss of floral because I'm cheating and I can see this, but what I'm getting is more like a doughy, caramely syrupiness. Definitely getting a little bit of that alcohol in there. I'm getting definitely a cardboardy oxidation already, guys. This is less than 2 months old. The thing is, this is a 11% beer. Is this meant to hold up with this amount of hops in it? Most likely no. I mean, I'm not an expert, guys. I don't claim to be, but I do know a little bit about beer. I would say with this amount of hops in this thing, overtaking this beer, the Centennial hops, this thing is going to drop off. It's not going to taste the same. I had it within the first week of production. This is long past its prime, in my opinion. Way past. I wouldn't even go a month out. I think the taste just changes too much. It's not meant to be consumed after that month lifespan. I really don't think so. Head is dissipated, but now, again, I'm going back and getting accustomed to the smell. Caramely, doughy, syrupy alcohol. That is what I'm getting on this. The hop presence is severely diluted. Watered down Centennial hops, guys. I might not even know that this has Centennial hops in it if I'm doing this blindly. Obviously, I know it's Two-Hearted. This is Centennial hops. But very diluted, died down hop presence in this. Let's go to a cheers, guys. This is the Double Two-Hearted. One last review. This is my last bottle. Let's see what it's about. So, right off the bat, the hops are there more than they are in the smell, guys. I am not getting it in the nose, but I am getting it in the taste. It's definitely on that cusp of being syrupy. It is cold. It's cold out here. This came straight out of the fridge, and I just cracked it. I do get the Centennial hop presence in here. There's a lot of floral, but it is still diluted down. There's a nice hop burn on the back end, not from freshness, but from the alcohol, rather, guys. There is like a Centennial floral alcohol mixture that's kind of burning a little bit. The malt level in this is rising. The cardboardy, oxidized, wet, papery taste that I'm getting out of this has risen significantly, guys. I did not get that the first time. I still think this is cold enough, though, that it's kind of hiding the alcohol. I'm not getting as much alcohol discomfort on the back end. I get an old, dyed down, wet, papery, Centennial floral presence in this, guys. There is a caramely honey that is completely faded. It's more like oxidized. Again, I'm using the word wet, but I'm getting like wet cardboard. So that's mixing very oddly with the Centennial hops. You can tell that they're dying, so to speak. They're not as fresh. They're not as proper on the front end. You kind of get that burn on the back end, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be, guys. I thought this beer would be a little bit more unenjoyable than it is. I wouldn't say I like it. It has gone down in a very large way for me. Yes, tasting it, I would know it's Centennial hops. I'm getting big floral in it, but it is dyed down, caramely, honey, sugary, syrupy, floral, wet cardboard, papery oxidation going on. The alcohol is coming out a little bit more. It's not as well hidden on the back end with a nice subtle piney bitterness. The pine is kind of, again, all this stuff is rearranged and mangled up. Drinking this beer, guys, nothing is flowing the way it was supposed to. I can tell you that with 100% certainty. I didn't look at my old review. Maybe I should have right before this, but I think everything flowed a whole lot better the first time I had this. It was nice, fresh, hop, Centennial, floral notes coming out. Again, it was a hop burn. I mean, it's 11%, ton of hops in here. Don't know if it was just Centennial. I think it is, but again, this is degraded over time, guys. This was not meant to be consumed. Honestly, in my opinion, after a month, this is over the 2-month threshold now. It's time to drain pour these. It's losing the character it was meant to be, which is double Two Hearted. Two Hearted it's an awesome beer. It's #1 in America. Fortunate enough to have it right here in Michigan. It's a great beer. As far as having a double Two Hearted, if you don't think the regular one holds up well, don't let this one sit, guys. You got to either drink it or get rid of it because this is not enjoyable the second time around. I see the qualities that were once there are still there, but they're a shadow of themselves. And this has become a malty booze bomb on the back end, guys. Still not as bad as I would have thought. But as for rating, I already did my real rating. I think I gave it like a 4 or 5 for what it was at the time, but it was super duper fresh, guys. For where it stands now, I have lowered the score because it's old. This isn't an insult to Bell's or Double Two Hearted because I think it's a great product for what it was meant to be. But where it stands 2 months in, I think I'd go like a 3.25 at best. I mean, that's just what it is, guys. Otherwise, it's even lower. I mean, that's just where I'm standing. I'm just respecting the game here when I say 3.25. So, again, guys, I think the timing has everything to do with a lot of these beers, obviously, but especially with big bombs like this 11%er, it's degrading at a very high rate. So, from where I stand, guys, you should have drank this really quickly if you had it, and you should have taken the opportunity to drink it as fast as you possibly could have to enjoy what this product was meant to be, which was a fresh Double Two Hearted. So I'm Dan, guys. This is over and out for me. I did this just purely out of speculation, just for fun for you guys and for myself. Drink your beers fresh. Moral of the story. I'm over and out. Cheers.